Good morning. In the morning I wash my face with this. It's just what I have right now. It doesn't break me out and works for me, so this is just what I'm using. So I just use this as well with my face wash to just lightly exfoliate my face. I don't scrub my face really hard. I just use it really lightly. Once I've got my face wet, I just, get out. I just take some of my face wash my face. And I don't directly go in with the brush only because I don't want to exfoliate too rough. And then I just lightly go over my face. And that's literally the only thing I do for washing my face in the morning. It's pretty easy. I just wash my face and then I move to my room and I'll show you everything else. I'm filming my skincare routine. Finally. Well, not really finally, but my best friend was like, you should do it. So Emily, here you go. Also, a couple other people commented to do a skincare routine. I'm not saying I'm a skincare professional. I'm obviously not. My skin is not perfect. This is just what I do, and I wanted to kind of show you stuff that has helped my skin. I'll insert some photos of my skin beforehand. It was never necessarily bad, but I just struggled with a lot of bumps on my forehead. I had a lot of redness on my cheeks. I'm sure you can see that I have 2 pimples on my cheek. I'm pretty sure that is from wearing a face mask. Not like a face mask, like a face covering. That's what those are from because I never break out on my cheeks, but sorry my skin isn't perfect. I was waiting for my skin to be perfect to film this video, but it's just as good as my skin gets, and my skin has definitely gotten a lot better, especially on my forehead area. Like I said, I'll try to insert in some photos. I'll try and go back and find any photos that I can, especially of my cheeks. So after I wash my face, I usually will just put on sunscreen. And that's it. I'll spray my face with some rose water spray, and that's all I do. If I do need a little bit more moisture on my skin, which I'm just gonna do anyway just to show you, I use this little face serum. This is just what I use if my skin's feeling a little dry. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna have to move my chair over. I'm bouncing on my toes. I do everything in super light layers. I try not to put too much product on my skin because I feel like that just makes me break out even more. Woo! I can't balance on my toes. Like I said, I usually put on sunscreen, but I don't have it with me. I usually just use Neutrogena sunscreen. It doesn't break me out, so that's just what I use. But use whatever sunscreen works best for you. Then I just spray my face. Sorry, I don't like getting in my hair, so I'm weird. I'm bringing over my little mini chair. Oh, that's perfect. Why didn't I do that earlier? I kind of just wanted to talk about my skin. I know a lot of people have struggled with a lot more acne problems than I have, and I just want to say I'm not complaining. I didn't realize that I have fungal acne on my forehead, or at least I'm pretty sure that I have fungal acne because of the shampoo that I use. I use an anti-dandruff shampoo. I use it as a mask on my forehead and kind of on my cheek area because that's where I get these like tiny little bumps. I didn't realize that that was the type of acne that I had. My best friend Emily, she is really into skincare, and so she was like, I think you might have this, and then showed me a video, and then she showed me this, I think it's in the bathroom, Nizoral. It's a blue anti-dandruff shampoo. I'm sure you've seen about it because it kind of blew up on TikTok, but that has really helped my skin, and I think that was my issue because nothing I was doing was working. Like no face wash, no serums, no creams, and nothing. Like it was, ooh, my granola. Give me 1 second. Nothing I was doing was working. Nothing I did was getting rid of those bumps that I had, and it was really annoying. I would look at everyone's forehead and I'm like, oh my gosh, your forehead's so smooth and has no texture. Like how? I think that my diet also played a huge part in my skin and how my skin looks today. I mean, I'm not saying my skin's perfect. It's really not. The texture is not perfect, but the redness in my cheeks have gone down insane amounts. So I eat no dairy, sugar, soy, corn, gluten, canola oil. I never ate a lot of dairy, but I still would obviously eat dairy. I'd eat stuff with dairy in it and didn't even realize. And I've also been off gluten for a long time. I don't know if it's necessarily gluten, but I think some foods just really irritate and inflame my skin. So I just wanted to kind of share that just in case this helps you out, or if you're dealing with some of the same issues and you don't know why, I would maybe look to your diet if you were trying all these skincare things. Also, my skincare routine's super simple. All I do is wash and barely moisturize. Like in the morning, like I said, if my skin's looking dry, I'll use that. I don't use it every morning, and I just use sunscreen. I always wear sunscreen, but I really felt that I was just putting too many products on my skin. Also, I think with all the bumps on my forehead, I think that my skin was so dry, I was putting so many moisturizing products on that it was just too much moisture on my forehead, which was not helping to get rid of any of the bumps that I had. And I don't want to say they're pimples. I don't know if they're pimples. I don't really know because sometimes they don't pop, they're just bumps. So I think that I just was using too many products, too many moisturizers, and it was just too much for my skin. That's why all I do in the morning is wash my face with a cleanser and put on sunscreen. Obviously I'll start using moisturizers again because I need that bit of moisture for my skin, but for right now, for clearing up my skin, I needed to just take it out. I just wanted to show you because I had been asked to show my skincare routine, but I do want to say I know that acne is very hard to deal with and it's really frustrating, and if you're dealing with it right now, I'm really sorry, but I just want to put it out there. Acne is 100% normal. Everyone in their lifetime has broken out at least once. We all break out and it's okay. So I guess you'll see me tonight, which was actually last night, later in this video in like a second. So if you're just confused, also I'm wearing, I don't know. Sorry, I filmed this video out of order. I'll show you my nighttime routine in a second. I'm about to do a face mask and do like a little spa night, I guess. I usually do it at least once a month, sometimes more, just depending on my skin. My skin really isn't that bad. Even when it was at its worst, it's not that bad. I know people have had a lot more acne problems than I've had. If you're struggling with acne right now, I'm really sorry. And I don't know if what I do is going to help you necessarily, but I hope it does. Or if anyone else has any tips, help someone out. I need to wash my face and put on my face mask and show you what I do. If the lighting is really bad, I'm sorry, it's nighttime and I don't have the best lighting in my bathroom. Usually I shower first, so the steam like opens up all my pores and everything. I usually use this cleanser. At night, I actually usually tend to use an exfoliator to exfoliate on my dead skin, but I don't have one with me. I've been using the Bliss, I think it's like 2-in-1 daily exfoliant or something. I don't know. I'll put it up on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about, but I've been using that one because I feel like my skin needs a good exfoliation. I don't know if you want to watch this part, but it's good. So I'll just wash my face. This one doesn't foam or anything, it's just like a cream cleanser, so. I do tend to break out a lot around my hairline, and I think that's because I don't wash my hair, obviously every day, and so when I wash my face, I try not to get the face wash in my hair, but I've kind of just been not caring too much about that because I'd rather try and get rid of any pimples that I have instead of worrying about my hair. Now I just well, you can't hear me. Now I just pat dry my face. This has been the most amazing thing to ever happen to my skin, the most amazing product I've ever used. I still have a little bit. I'm sure you can probably tell if I get up close. Okay, you see on my skin, if you go really up close, has a lot of texture and bumps on it. So you can see right here where I break out along my hairline, and I think it's just because I don't wash my face very well right there, which is really gross. So this has been the most amazing thing that I have done for my skin. It is anti-dandruff shampoo. So I just take a little bit and I put it on my forehead. Sometimes I'll put it on my skin when it's wet, if like I'm in the shower or something. I don't know if that necessarily matters. I don't put too much, but a nice even layer along my forehead. And then I also do it on the sides of my face where I showed you I had the little texture. I know this was a thing before TikTok because my sister bought this for that specific reason. I'm pretty sure because of TikTok now that it's really popular, but don't get it in your eye, it burns, so be careful. There's an ingredient in it that's supposed to be really good for fighting fungal acne, which is apparently what I have on my forehead. I'm sure you know about it by now, but in case you haven't heard, if you have little bumps on your skin like what I showed you, and no matter what skincare product you do, you can't get rid of it, try this because it just helped me a lot. All the bumps on my forehead were getting really, really bad, and that was before I tried this. So I haven't been doing it for that long. Just leave this on for like 5 or so minutes. Some people I think have left it on for 10, but I just do around like 5. For the clay mask, super important. This is the clay mask that I've been using for years. It's the Aztec healing clay. You can literally feel it just like pulling all the crap out of your skin. You don't want to use this with any metal. Sorry, I mean, this has like leftover stuff in it, but like this is just how it is, okay? So I just keep it in a little plastic container, and then I just use like a little plastic fork to mix it. Don't put this stuff down the drain. Like if you have extra in the bowl, don't dump it down the drain because it will clog it. That's why it looks like this, because you need to let it dry out and then you can throw it away. And then if you want, you can wash your bowl and everything. Take a little scoop of this, a little scoop of hot water. You don't want that much water or else it gets really, really runny. The consistency that you like, totally up to you. Some people add apple cider vinegar to it. So if you want to do that, you can do that as well. I'm gonna wash this off and then come back to you once I'm putting on the face mask. My face feels really soft after taking off that shampoo. I'm just gonna use my finger. Honestly, I feel like it works the best. I don't like using a brush because I feel like I just end up getting like half the product stuck in the brush, so I'll just put it thicker on pimples that need to be dried out or have stuff that need to be pulled out of it or something. This is just what I do for my face mask, which I obviously don't do every night. I've also never done it with the shampoo. If my face gets extremely dry, I'll let you know. I'm gonna let this mask just sit for like 15 or so minutes. Ew. And then I'll come back once I've rinsed it off and hopefully washed my hair and everything. After I finish washing my face and doing everything, I always put witch hazel on as my toner. I really like using witch hazel because it's natural. It doesn't dry my skin out. I feel like it's just really good at removing all the excess oil and such from my skin. I actually stopped using all moisturizers, all serums, everything. Like I just pinched my finger in here. I used to use so many products on my skin. Like I would tone, then I do a serum, then I do a face oil, then I do a moisturizer, or I would do whatever. And I think that it was just way too much for my skin. And I actually had really, really dry skin, but I think that putting so much moisturizing products on it just made it worse. I don't use moisturizer anymore, which I know sounds terrible. My skin honestly hasn't been dry. Like my forehead used to like peel, and certain areas of my skin would like be so dry I'd have like dry patches. And now I don't have that anymore. So I don't know if that's just my skin changing because of my diet's been changing or what, but I every single night will use like a face spray. So it's still not a moisturizer, but I use that. If my skin is feeling really dry, or if I feel like I need a little bit more moisture, then I will use this Pharmacy Glow Honeymoon Glow Resurfacing Night Serum. I only started using this because this is just what I had at home. Well, it's also really hard for me to be like, oh, I really like it, because I don't know if it really makes that much of a difference. I mean, it doesn't break me out, so that's great. I just do a really, really light layer of that on my skin, like not a lot at all. And then I'll just finish by spraying my face with my rose water spray. Once again, I don't really know if this does anything, but make sure I got a good amount on there because, you know, we don't use moisturizer, so I just like to use a lot of that. This is it for my nighttime skincare routine. This is just what I do. I'm not a professional. I really don't think I even know what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to figure out my skin right now. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any skincare tips, please let anyone know. I will see you in my next video. Bye. That will be all good.